Welcome aboard to podcast number 14 in the series of the Voyage to Back Yonder. You know, the foundation of our whole experience here in this universe, on this great sea of love, is whether we believe in the moment that we are loved unconditionally or conditionally. Everything spawns from that. Everything. It's the fork in the road that we travel on. You know, like there's these two huge highways. One is the unconditional love highway, full of beautiful scenery and well-paved, peaceful roads. And the other is the conditional love highway, which is basically the highway of hell. But it's not a wrong choice to choose this other highway. It's filled with potholes and obstacles and, where we feel that we're racing against the other cars that are on the highway too, because we chose to experience the excitement of this misadventure. The adventure where we feel we are missing something. Compared to the peaceful highway where we're all Sunday drivers just traveling along in our electric self-driven cars, taking in the great beauty all around us, this other highway gets our adrenaline pumping out of fear and gives us a whole different new experience. But rest assured, even though it may be the highway of hell, it's not the highway to hell, because this highway still ends up in the same place as the other highway, what we call heaven, a place of unconditional love and bliss. We all return home to the same place when this game is over. When we truly grasp and believe that we're unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, then we are perfect in the eyes of our Creator. There are no conditions to be met. So we meet 100% of those expectations because there are none. And then we're allowed to just be unconditionally loved and experience life. Now, if we believe we are conditionally loved by the Creator of all things, then that is the source of fear, the source of stress and judgment, comparison. We fear letting God down and being punished or rejected by our Creator. And that is what we come here to experience. What it might feel like to be conditionally loved, the opposite of the truth. We knew that if we could experience what our opposite might be, we could more fully understand what we truly are by seeing what we are not. If you have a beautiful masterpiece painted on a canvas of the same color as the ink, the masterpiece could not be clearly seen. So a white painting on a white canvas, or a black painting on a black canvas, or a red painting on a red canvas, or a yellow painting on a yellow canvas. Couldn't see it. But paint the masterpiece on its opposing color, and bam, we can see the intricate detail that has been invested into the creation. When we believe we are unconditionally loved, then we let go of the long list of things that have to happen in our life in order to be lovable and acceptable. We let go of how others are supposed to act, or how others, what they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to believe and supposed to treat us. We stop being so easily offended or easily becoming defensive. We stop trying to control the world, and we can witness what we are experiencing with gratitude and love, we have bliss, that peace that surpasses all understanding of the mind. So if we don't have peace in this moment, if we feel like we're sailing in choppy waters or weathering a storm, at the root of every opposite emotion of unconditional love is fear and a condition of lovability. Whether we feel we're not meeting up to a role or someone else or life is not meeting up to a role, the cause of the stress or sadness, anger, or whatever uncomfortable emotion of fear we're experiencing, behind all that is an expectation. And that expectation is creating the space of disappointment for us. It's serving its purpose to bring our fear of rejection right up in our face. We can try to run from it or run around it, but I'm sure we've all experienced that its face will continue to appear in front of us over and over and over again until we face the question it is posing to us. Are you worthy of the conditional love that this world can offer you? Are you willing to sacrifice who you are in order to fit into the rules you think you need to obey in order to be lovable? All right, and to be honest, many of us over and over and over again do choose to answer, no, I'm not worthy, but I am going to keep trying to be who I think everyone wants me to be so I can have some of that conditional love. And yes, I'm willing to sacrifice the real me to try to pretend to be what I think everyone wants me to be. And we may succeed in getting some of that conditional love after much blood, sweat, and tears. And we realize it's disappointing when we get that conditional love. It's like waiting in line at a bakery for hours. And when you get to have that cake that everyone says is so delicious, you find out it's stale, dry, moldy, and it doesn't even have any frosting on it because it's an imitation of love that will never fulfill us. And if we think it does for a bit, it will only last for a short time before we are seeking more of it. It's like eating Chinese food, where we're hungry again an hour after eating it. But do not fret. We have hope. We can replace our expectations with gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. We can say thank you every second in every experience and switch from a life of stress and suffering to a life that is full of amazing experiences. Now, really, I'm going to stop stating what is going to be in the next episode because evidently I'm not in control of what comes next. So I'm just going to listen and present what is given to me. I do have a feeling what is coming next are things that we can do in our daily lives to help integrate that unconditional love into our moments. We shall see. So, until next time, you can ask yourself, do I feel that my Creator has any conditions on the ability to love or accept me? We're taught many things in our lives, but now can be the time to question what you feel in your heart and think about in your mind and get really, really honest with yourself. Are you worthy of the conditional love that this world can offer you? Are you willing to sacrifice who you are in order to fit into the roles you think you need to obey in order to be lovable? And has the conditional love from the external world ever tasted good long enough to make it a priority in your life any longer. We're all sailing on the sea of love. We get to decide if we navigate to the hemisphere of the unconditional or sail into the dark waters of the conditional. Future expectations may take the wind out of our sails, and past experiences can weigh us down like an anchor if we let them. Yeah, what did we expect? Well, cheers to what it might feel like to feel worthless, so we can understand more how we are all priceless. Enjoy your voyage. I love you.